I mean, that would make sense, right?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I think the motion still stands.
So I would say we're good to, just, we were delayed on getting, getting over to it.
Okay, I just wanna make sure that everybody's aware.
When is mail enabled shutting off the?
August 31st.
So then you'll have the new stuff enacted by then?
To facilitate this transaction, projects will be scheduled on the first come, first serve. We kindly request your decision, by June 1st. So they wanna move on this, and they want it done soon.
Right.
So that we can,
Is it going to transfer over from mail enabled to Outlook?
yeah,
So we don't need to, like, say.
Back up any files?
they're gonna integrate it for us.
Okay.
That's what the integration
No, I
is.
think that would be.
So do we just want a motion to say that we're good with paying this 100 or 1,300 and continue with this?
I think we're good. Motion is made.
Okay.
So we're good.
So you-
Okay. I just wanna make sure I'm not
Who's that through again?
VC, it's IT Right VC3.
Okay, moving on to the next thing, updated building permit, building department fee schedule. Any possible action?
Everybody got a new updated one. I gave everybody a new one. Two changes that we made, at the last, zoning board of appeals is $400. The one that we had was $470, but we found a motion, and so it was $400. So we used what we found, and we went looking for motions to cover everything. And I wanna make sure we have a motion that covers this whole before we post it. And then industrial, got changed, instead of $2 or $3.50 per thousand, we just went ahead and put a max minimum of 1,000, cause that's what it requires when they do a build. So we just kinda,
Alright, so would you like to make a motion on the new fee schedule dated?
motion to approve updated building department fee schedule as written.
Okay, is there any discussion? Make sure that's got the date on it.
It does,
For May
it's
9th.
got 5/1/24.
Oh, 5/1. Okay. All right. We'll roll call this one. Carol?
Yes.
Bryce?
Yes.
I'll vote yes.
Yes.
Vercilla?
Yes.
Christine, yes. Motion carried. Okay. On to communications.
Nope, we're doing PC
Oh, I
next.
apologize. I gotta make that on the side. 12A.
Planning commission. I have asked several times to have, minutes that have spelling errors and, questions on dates on when the minutes were done. And I seem to not get anywhere. So tonight, I'm gonna give it to our liaison in a motion to have them fixed. Planning commission to correct, meeting minutes as of February 23, April 23, May 23, July 23, at the next planning commission meeting, and give back to the clerk corrected, so I can put them on the website.
Is there support on that?
I support.
Any further discussion on that one? Hearing none.
Okay, so everybody got a map? This is my next.
You wanna, we wanna vote on the other?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Parliamentary.
Everybody in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no? You were drinking, did you wanna say
I'll
no?
abstain.
Motion carried. I'm just glad it was you this time and not me. So,
Well, I talked to Jim Lindstrom,
I
I
know.
emailed I've done
We
everything.
did have a meeting this
Huh?
last month. In his defense, we did not have a meeting this last month.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna give him some work to do. That's the next thing right here.
All right, what do you got here?
Okay, so last month, the planning commission decided they didn't have any business to do. So, to give PC some direction from the township board, since our PC has canceled due to no business, I'd like to look at this property assessment map. And when you're review, I would like to make a motion for the PC to review 17.42 conditional use, requiring the township board authorization during the review letter, remove letters O, inquiries and gravel pits as directed by the township board to be done no later than August 26th of 24 to be completed. For the following reasons, per the master plan states it's not well suited for the industrial activity and during public input during the master plan. This was very clear from our residents. Master plan, map C12, map property assessment map, existing use map supports that we are not well suited for quarries and gravel pits in our township. The planning commission already has changed our industrial district to light industrial in the zoning ordinance, based on our master plan and public input.
We do have one gravel pit.
I know, that's
That
grandfathered
would be
in,
grandfathered in.
but if you look at this map, where are we gonna put it? If we, have a gravel pit, where is it gonna go? So,
Well,
I would
like I
like to
said,
have
I
that
know where
updated.
the one is right now, but,
Where's the one currently?
It's down that
Across
place,
from Bryce.
down next to the railroad.
Oh.
you go down the Vercilla Lane to the south, and then right at the end, there's a gate, and it's the old
Turn to the right.
Wilson Brothers,
Yeah.
the Wilson Brothers Sons Concrete,
I think, what, Phelps owns that
no,
now?
Randy.
Is Avery? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know they've got a gravel pit up next to it too.
Yep.
They do very little business, just enough to keep it open.
So I have a couple others, but I'll work on this one, I'll give them one project, and then I'll give them another. I have a few things that need to be cleaned up. I didn't wanna give them all at once.
I've got a few for them too.
So that's my motion,
Second.
Bryce?
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carried. Okay. All right, what else you got
Um,
to do with planning commission?
that was, so that's all I have, I'm giving them a couple at a time.
Okay, and Bryce, you had something you wanted to bring up on the planning commission?
Along those same lines, I've mentioned many times over the years that the ordinance are way out of whack. And I think, part of that has to do when Lillich was here, he developed some of them. But one of the things that, well, two of the things that I see was that the cemeteries require a minimum of 3 acres, of which half of ours do not meet those qualifications, so I'd like to give them a directive to remove that restriction. And as well,
But I think it's going forward.
Yeah,
Bryce,
going
we don't
forward,
want
Bryce, it's
more.
not,
Those
Yeah.
would be all as such grandfathered in like on that
We don't
gravel
want
pit.
more than less than 3 acres going
okay, but
forward.
still, to have that in the thing, it kind of just,
But if we change it and it only says like an acre, then potentially where there's an
Technically,
acre, there could be a
technically,
cemetery.
you can put one on your own property under Michigan law.
We also, some of those ordinances are planning commission ordinances, and some of those ordinances are board ordinances. They're not all PC
Which
ordinances.
one would that be?
I'm thinking the cemetery would be, I don't have my book in front of me, but I'm thinking that's probably a,
It'd be 88, 89, and 90.
what chapter?
Under 14.
trustees only responsible, I think, for chapter 17. Does that sound right? Anything
I
zoning?
don't think we have,
Article 7, conditional uses is, oh, excuse me, 17.85.
Okay, all right, then that would be the, yeah.
Okay, well, both that and as far as, and then number 5, churches and other buildings for religious worship, minimum lot area of 3 acres.
There again, that's moving forward. You've got several that are less than
I
that.
know, that's what I'm saying.
But they're grandfathered in.
Right.
They're, anything prior to now, or prior to that ordinance is grandfathered in, and then it starts with the date, whatever that
I
ordinance
have a
date.
problem with government dictating on what a church is or isn't, and what it should and shouldn't be.
Well, but I don't
You
think
can
we're here to,
meet- You can meet in a home and have a church with just the family.
but nobody's, Denny's not pounding on their doors. Denny, the zoning enforcer, he's not pounding on their doors.
Yeah, I haven't heard about anybody sticking or on anybody.
No, I don't think that would happen.
Well, those are the two things that I just thought needed to be
Okay.
clarified. Right off the bat, stuck right out.
Why don't you, in that particular situation, inquire with Jim and see, ask, give him a call and talk to him, because I think you'll find that he's gonna say the same thing. You know, those are all grandfathered in anything that's out there now, so there shouldn't be any issue there at all.
Okay, those are the only two things I have.
All right. So we're all set then?
Yeah, for PC, yes.
Okay, now we're going on to the auditor.
Yes. So last month we made a motion to change auditors, clerk. Yes, thank you. And I contacted them. They accepted us, but never gave us a letter of engagement, never called us back. So,
You feel warm and fuzzy about it?
yeah, I do.
Yeah.
So I called a couple, Carol and I had called a couple more in the county to, see who else we could get for an auditor. And we waited until chart of accounts were done. Our chart of accounts are done, it was done 2 or 3 days ago. So the state of Michigan, we are now compliant with the state for chart of accounts. I reached out, I sent a text to Chris Patterson asking him if he had any references for auditors, and he gave us Manor, Pasterson, and Carol and I talked to them today, for probably a good, 45 minutes to an hour.
good hour.
Asked all kinds of questions. They offered us a 1 year or a 3 year. They did send us a letter of engagement today. They are a very large, company out of Lansing.
And you said they took care of Liberty, or who else?
They did Leone or Grasslake, they're
No, your grandson.
one
Leone.
Leone that has got them, cause they, did a bid, they did a bidding, and then these are the ones that bidded for them.
Right.
Highly recommended by Chris Patterson.
Yeah, they've got a lot of, you know,
Chris was very, happy with them. He said that, I can read you what he texted us when I sent him a text. I said, hello Chris, this is Vercilla Rives Township clerk, do you have any recommendations for a new auditor? And he sent me back this morning, Manor, and he said, Sarah Jennings, her team is awesome, very responsive. And I said, do you have a phone number? And he gave it to me. So, I reached out because every avenue we were going with was not, getting us anywhere.
I know you haven't been happy with, the ones we have now.
Christine has been, responsive lately. When I started general fund, and my balances didn't match. I got yelled at from Rick because I called, and I sent an email on Sunday, and I called Monday after around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I got no response. I got yelled at. We're paying them to be our auditors. You know, I talked to the bonding company. The bonding company talked to Rick this week regarding the bond. I know the bond stuff is gonna be coming through next week. The final will be done. We'll know where we're at with bonding for Judy and Janina. I've worked on that, and some of my experience with this auditor during that has not been where I would like it to be. So, I have a 3-year contract in front of me that says 2024, the financial audit would cost us $17,500. Our form of 655 will be $1,200. Our qualifying statement will be $200, and our total would be $18,900 for this year. Our current auditor is 17 something, but every time you call them, I'm sure we're gonna have some money for the chart of accounts.
That's 17,500
Yeah, for fine,
for 3 years?
for 1 year. For the 24, total would be 18,900. We can go with a 1 year, or we can go with a 3 year.
And what is it for 3 years?
25 would be $20,025. And then 26 would be 21,150. 24 would be 18,900. 25 would be 20,025. 26 is 21,150. We can opt to do a 1 year. They offered us a 1 year or a 3 year.
I think like anything else we've done, I think, we almost have to, my opinion is to get into that for 3 years, just because, there's gonna be so much there that, you know, they're gonna need a year or two just to get acclimated, I think.
Well, he questioned us pretty thorough on the phone today. He went through all of our accounts. He questioned us on the capital assets and all of that. And he literally questioned where everything was during the
How is it going to affect us with our audit for this year? When would they plan on doing that?
We're gonna do the audit in June, the field work in June, but they are gonna give us a portal, and we can put our audit in the portal.
Put everything over that.
And,
Will
but
they
they
still
do
be in-
want it,
they
they
still
still
will be
want
in-house?
2 days in-house.
Explain what the portal is, so some of us don't know.
Oh,
Want me to take over? It's basically a website that you go to for the auditor, and then you upload the documents that they are requesting. So then they can grab them out of there and,
Out of the portal.
out of the portal.
Good.
It makes things very
Do you wanna make a motion then, that we, make the move on those numbers that are in the contract, or in the, bid?
Carolyn, you want the motion for the auditor, or you want me?
What was the last? Yeah, sorry.
Year.
21,150.
The auditor that you guys approved last month was 25,000.
Yep.
Oh, so we're saving?
Go ahead.
Oh.
Yep.
And now that was really smart.
You making the motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the engagement of Manor, M-A-N-E-R, C-O-S-T-E-R-I-S-A-O-N, for the 3-year engagement as written in the engagement.
Christine? Vercilla?
Yes.
I'll vote yes. Bryce? Carol?
Yes.
Motion carried. Okay, we're gonna go to communications, and I'm gonna go first because I have to leave. I have to be at the choir concert at 7:00. Patrick, I had the pleasure of seeing you guys last Monday. Our firemen did us proud. Every one of them. They showed up in their dress blues for a funeral for Randy Avery. And they looked good. And I appreciate you guys doing that. It's not just you, it's everybody. It was nice to see. And like I say, you guys represented us well. So thank you very much. And not only for that, but for everything else you do. Now on the lighter side of things, we were talking about, concrete bids earlier today with Brian and Vercilla. Were you guys able to reach out to, Danny Burgess?
So we called him, and from my understanding, he never called back. He left him a voice note explaining it all, and said that he wanted to try to get the bid by tonight
Right.
for the meeting, and
Yeah.
never.
I know we've talked about this, Vercilla and I talked about this, you know, those bids that we got, to me, seem awful high. I mean, we're talking $1,400 worth of concrete for $12,000 worth of cash. To me, that seems a little, extreme. I mean, I know what it is that they're trying to do, I understand that. But it just seems like to me that those are a little high. So I think that, we probably need to reach out, which, if he left the message, I expect Danny will get back with us. And then also maybe have Brian reach out to Mata. Mata does a lot of work in the area. They've always done good work. That would be my suggestion. Because I know those two, the one bid, I mean, $18,000, like I said, for 8.5 yards of concrete. Seems a little stiff stuff. And as I updated everybody, we said that Consumers was down pulling lines in the village and up Rives Junction Road. So they didn't replace all lines going into houses, but they replaced all the old lead and galvanized lines. We had one, we only had one hit of a sewer line, and fortunately it was one that they marked out with their crew not me. So, I get a phone call from Consumers and they're like, hey, we just hit a sewer line, I forget the address, downtown, on Palmer Street, and, could you send a crew out to repair it? I said, crew? I said, we got 80 users, we don't have a crew. I says, you know, I grew up, if you broke it, you fix it. Well, I said, but I'm home, I'll be down there in a minute. I zipped down there, the foreman walked out, he's like, you got your crew coming? I said, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. And, so they ended up, getting a hold of Lester Brothers, and Lester Brothers got up there and got that repaired. So they were all good, but that was the only mishap we had out of, I forget how many lines they pulled, but they had to pull probably better than 40 new lines, in the, you know, downtown and immediate area. So, okay, I'm gonna bow out. Thanks everybody for showing up. That is for the concrete,
Those
for
are the
the,
concrete two bids that.
for, correct me if I'm wrong, it's the sidewalk right directly in front of the east bay, and the approach to the east bay, and the trough where the sewer line ran underneath the, east bay.
Yes.
So it's replacing all that,
Yeah, the weight of the new truck is.
forcing that down.
Yeah, so that in front of it, it was already starting to fall, it's old asphalt. And then with the new truck, with the added weight of more water, it's getting worse. Anytime it rains, I mean, we have about way much water in front of the door. And then they ran a sewer line years ago, we cut the concrete and then just put the concrete back in it. And now as the truck rolls in and out, it's.
They never pinned it back into the existing pad to keep it from collapsing. So, okay, I'm gonna leave you guys to your troubles and we'll see you later. Thank you very much.
So, Ursula, is that page 1?
No,
Okay.
I just,
I'm not-
yeah, I just
I'm not
called
running
them.
anywhere.
Or called them.
not
Yes.
running
Because
anywhere.
here it's kind of
Yeah.
more descriptive.
Yeah,
So
that
I
that has
guess
more,
what's the
that has
same.
more, we're getting more cement
So
than here.
one
So-
page right there, two page is, one page specifically for the fire department itself, and then the second page is for the sidewalks.
Which will go to the township.
Yep, yep, so he just bid them out separately on two separate pages, so you can see.
But on this one,
And this one contains the sidewalk?
And then,
Yes.
yeah, I think it's the middle bid right there is,
Oh, yep.
so.
Well, I think this Clear Lake is considerably less. Cause
And
that-
there's
that's
more
included,
cement,
and
yeah.
that's like half the price, cause this other, the sidewalk was.
So Jerry would like to get 2 more bids
Okay.
on that. I just wanted to let you know those are what we got so far.
So we're gonna not make a choice on this.
Not
tonight, but
that,
we need at
that's
least
what
one-
he just said.
We need at least one more bid.
Well, he wanted Mata's and
By motion, we did.
yeah.
Burdick to do some pricing too.
Three bids.
Yeah. So they're getting them.
All right.
So Carol, you have any communications? Oh, do we have to make a motion that I take over the meeting?
I'll make a motion for Vercilla to continue.
I'll second that.
Okay, Carol, you have communications. Carol? Yes. Bryce? Christie?
Yes.
Okay. Carol, you have communication.
Yeah, I do. After some review, I got a quote from KCI regarding the summer taxes, and they came in less than what it would cost the township to do it ourselves.
How's that possible?
Well, they save on postage because of the bulk rate, and it cost $800 for me to get the paper last year in winter, and then the labor, it was at least 2 full days with 2 people to stuff envelopes,
I don't really know what you're doing.
yeah.
Do you wanna make a, are we gonna spend money?
Yes, I'm gonna spend money.
So we got.
So I'd like to make a motion that we approve KCI to do the summer taxes for 2024.
KCI.
CI.
And to, what's the price?
They do first one. $2,322.93. 2322.93.
I got a question on that.
Yes.
As I recall, the parks was gonna have a group in that time period.
And then I think that,
You can do that too.
so it includes one insert.
One insert.
Front and back or just front?
I remember what I told them. I think that's just one side.
Okay. We have support,
Support it.
roll call. Carol?
Yes.
Bryce?
Yep.
Christine?
Yes.
Me, yes. Motion passed. Anything else, Carol?
No.
Bryce?
I thought I did, but I think we covered most of it through the meeting, so no.
Christine?
Yes, so our planning commission, I don't have to report from there, as our meeting did not take place last month. But as far as the Parks and Recs committee, there was a cleanup day on Saturday. It was the Parks and Recs committee and a few extra people. A lot of progress was made, a lot of trees were removed. I think it looks substantially better, and we're moving forward to get the new equipment installed.
Any news on when that's going to arrive?
I got that today.
Oh, good.
Looks like it's gonna be on the 24th.
On May?
Yes.
Nice.
So anybody that wants to help volunteer to move the shading or to go around it. That's Saturday on the 25th. We're gonna need wheelbarrows, shovels, trucks, get it all put in around the playground.
I'm bringing my tractor, Mary.
Yep. Hey, we all moved on Saturday.
I'm just gonna bring my
Okay,
tractor.
so there's a
It's so
couple
much
things
faster.
that, well, there's a couple more. So last month they did, resolutions. On the resolution 20